Hello and welcome to my little corner of the cosmic universe. This is High Priestess Indigo, and I'm back with another reading for the collective. So let's start with a prayer, and then we're going to do the subconscious cards, and then we're going to find a deck and jump right in. Whew, it's been a long work week, and I had to work today too. So I just really just had the opportunity of just spending some time with God just now and praise. And man, it was exactly what my soul needed. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a beautiful weekend, wherever or whatever day it happens to be when this finds you. So, Almighty God, I thank you. I ask that you allow me to be a clear portal and a clear channel for your Holy Spirit and your divine will. God, I ask that you bless each and every person that comes across this video. You know who they are and where they are on their journey and what they need. And God, I ask that you bind and return to sender any and all negative energy, negative entities, projections, evil eyes, spell work, black magic, dark magic, anything that is not of your highest and purest divine light. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So, see what we got going on here today. Turn it this way so I can't see. All right. Ooh, hold on a second. This card's jumping out now. Okay, let's get a couple more here. Okay, I think it's, yeah, okay, we'll take those. Needing to address cynicism wounds, adopting a deeply skeptical or negative view of life, others, or spiritual beliefs, often as a defense against disappointment or hurt. Addressing spiritual awakening challenges, the difficulties and upheaval that can accompany a transformative spiritual awakening. Somebody's having ego death issues. Needing to unpack a spiritual crisis, an intense and transformative spiritual experience that may initially cause distress but can lead to growth and understanding. Needing to heal an envy wound, feelings of resentment or bitterness towards other successes, possessions, or qualities, reflecting a deep seated sense of inadequacy or unworthiness within oneself, and a tendency to compare and compete rather than celebrate and collaborate. Address the wound of broken trust, experiencing a significant breach of trust, leading to difficulties in forming new relationships or reconnecting with a higher power or community. Needing to heal from attachment wounds, challenges in forming and maintaining healthy attachments and relationships. And then the Holy Spirit is giving me 7 cards this time. So, needing to address money wounds, any habit or action you have around money that hurts you. And this reading is for a masculine energy. So let's see what we are going to see. I'm going to use the graffiti deck. I don't, I've been feel like I've been using this deck the most lately, but it's I don't choose the decks, so it's not my choice. It is the divine. So, but I love it because it's a really fantastic deck. So shout out to Vibe about it. It's an Etsy shop. Really incredible decks. Take all of those too. Okay, Holy Spirit, give me a few more. Take those. Yeah, take those too. So let's see what we got here. Emotional intelligence. Exposed. Ooh. Spiritual charlatan. Mm-mm-mm. Late bloomer. Deceitful. Oh boy. Divine feminine. Checkmate. Pseudo influencer. Mm-mm-mm. Racist. Ooh, wow. Mental health issues. Haven't seen that card in a while. Third eye. Scratching post. Growth mindset. Blocking finances. Taking action. Coordination day. Start a wife. Oof. And legal matters. So this reading is for. Oof, okay. So this, as I mentioned, this reading is for masculine energy. This was somebody who was supposed to have been a divine masculine. They were supposed to have stepped into their emperor, divine masculine, all of the things that this person was literally here to do spiritually. This is somebody who was supposed to use their emotional intelligence. I feel like this person was getting very clear nudges by their intuition, their spirit team, by the Holy Spirit. Like their gut instincts was telling them to follow and go a certain path. This is somebody who unfortunately fell prey to somebody who was a spiritual charlatan. They listened to this person over their own intuition. And now this truth is being exposed to them because this is somebody who walked away from their divine feminine based off of what this spiritual charlatan was telling them. This was somebody who was a con artist who had their own designs on this masculine. And I feel very clearly this spiritual charlatan was a karmic feminine energy, is giving a Jezebel energy. That's the energy I'm picking up off of this. This is someone who was I'm seeing very clearly, okay, so this divine masculine could be of a particular race, right? I feel like this reader is of a this charlotte spiritual charlatan was of a different ethnic group, but underneath that, like along with her being a spiritual charlatan, she's also racist, which is really ironic because she's racist against people that this divine masculine is like. You want this divine masculine, but you don't like the race. So how does that work? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's like perfect example, right? Say this divine masculine is black. This spiritual charlatan is, I don't know, Latino, Asian, something that's not black, right? She wants this divine masculine who happens to be black, but she actually doesn't like black people. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those things, like, why would you want this masculine energy if you don't even like the ethnic group that he's a part of? That's really crazy. But that's kind of like I'm using that as an example. I don't know what um race this masculine is or which race this spiritual charlatan is. It really don't matter because in the spirit we're we're going off of spiritual your spirit and your soul is irrespective of race. So none of that really matters on the soul level. So, but it's just really interesting that that would come out that way, that this person would want this divine masculine but hate the particular group that he belongs to. As a matter of fact, I feel like this is part of why, let me put it this way. The spiritual charlatan literally hates his divine feminine. Part of the reason why she hates his divine feminine, or the person that was supposed to be his divine feminine, is because, yeah, she's because of her race, which happens to be the same race as the divine masculine. This is so weird. Like, that literally doesn't make any sense. But follow me, okay? Because I'm trying to make this make sense. But That seems so bizarre to me. How can you want somebody? Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone because that's really bothering me. This is my own personal opinion now. Like I don't that level of thinking is just insanity. This is someone who just was outright deceitful. I mean, it was just lie after lie that this spiritual charlatan told this, mm, let's say not somebody. I'm gonna call him supposed to be divine masculine because I feel like he is kind of sort of starting to get on the track, but we'll come back to that. Anyways, so this spiritual charlatan told all these like, I mean, I'm hearing like it was whoppers. Like the lies were so outlandish that I'm really trying to understand how this masculine energy believed this. This is why I think this is so crazy because like I said, this person did not listen to their intuition. This person's intuition was telling them, like it was screaming at them that this spiritual charlatan was lying to them. Every time she was telling him something, something in this masculine energy was telling him this was a lie. But he was not listening to his own intuition. Now this truth is being exposed. It's out there now. I mean, it's like he can't deny to himself anymore, nor can this spiritual charlatan lie about this divine feminine anymore because I feel very clearly that the truth is out there in the environment. Like in the physical 3D, this spiritual charlatan has been exposed. Like her mask has been ripped off. All of the lies that she was telling on this divine feminine are out there now. She is, I mean, it's really out there. Whew. Like this masculine is starting to understand that he was checkmated. Yeah. That he was literally scammed out of his relationship with his divine feminine. He sees now that this spiritual charlatan has mental health issues. She's unhinged. She's unglued. She is it's a witch. This is a witch. It's like he went to this woman because he was trying to get answers about his spiritual connection to this divine feminine. He didn't understand that he was in a twin flame relationship. He just knew that there was a pull and there was a connection to this divine feminine that he could not explain. So, in his understanding, he went, and I feel like he went to a reader. Only he didn't know that this was a dark reader. This was not somebody of the light. This is someone that pretends to be, an influencer. She's just like she put on a very elaborate illusion is what I'm saying. I'm feeling very clearly this spiritual charlatan was cloaking herself in the divine feminine's energy. Yeah. She had this divine masculine thinking that not only was she lying about this divine feminine, but she cloaked herself in this divine feminine's energy because she wanted this masculine energy. Mm-mm-mm. Wow. Yeah, like I said, this is somebody that's understanding that he should have really listened to his intuition. Now he is like a late bloomer to his spiritual enlightenment, his spiritual journey, his ego death. I feel like he's coming out of whatever this deception was that he fell for, this illusion, but he's behind the curve now. He's behind the curve. He's a late bloomer now to his own spiritual enlightenment because he was supposed to be further ahead on his journey, but he missed out because of listening to the spiritual charlatan and not listening to his spiritual guides and his instinct. Mm-mm-mm. This is someone whose third eye is just now coming on. I feel like this is why he feels like a late bloomer, because his third eye is just now opening. And his third eye is showing him very clearly that this spiritual charlatan whom he found himself in a relationship, and I feel very clearly he married this woman, y'all. This is crazy. He married this woman. This illusion was so good because I feel like every time he would like get clarity, and something would like kind of penetrate that fog, that this spiritual charlatan was casting illusions over him. When he would get moments of clarity, he would realize, he would say to himself like, yeah, she keep telling me she my divine feminine. He talking about the spiritual charlatan here, but he kept finding himself pulled back to this divine feminine. So he's listening to the spiritual charlatan, but everything in him kept pulling him back to this divine feminine. And like I said, when he finally, you know, really woke up, because like I said, I feel very clearly he married this woman. He married her. He married this woman. It says started wife, and I'm gonna explain that some more too in a minute here. But when his third eye opened up, he realized that he was married to a Jezebel, a scratching post. Just somebody that was, you know, she a part-time lover. Stevie Wonder song, part time a lover. Yeah, she a Jezebel. Now he sees that. His third eye is wide open. The truth is out there. She's exposed for the fraudster and the liar that she was. And like I said, now this person is literally realizing that he wifed up a Jezebel. Mm-mm-mm. I mean, he wifed up a Jezebel. And like I said, I feel like part of the illusion that she was casting was, like I said, this was somebody who was cloaking themselves in divine feminine energy. They were showing up to this masculine energy as being devoted, loving. I feel like there might be children involved, that this was somebody that was, she really painted an image of herself as being like this ride or die, somebody that was, loving him unconditionally. She really had this man fooled, thinking that she was a divine feminine. Mm-mm-mm. Y'all, this is so crazy. This is somebody who's currently going through a divorce or legal separation or something. Like there's something that's happening. They're breaking up. But I don't know why, I'm just feeling like he married this charlatan. But in the background, like I'm trying to, it's like crazy to me that he married this woman who was a racist against his own ethnic group. And he didn't listen to his instinct and his gut feeling that kept telling him, it was so many signs. So I'm just really trying to understand how he wind up being this. I guess the word that I'm thinking of is, how was he this gullible when all the time his instinct was telling him not to listen to this woman? I feel like his spirit team was shouting at him, and he just ignored it. Meanwhile, this divine feminine is being leveled up. That's why I say this man is late. This is somebody who's late. This is somebody who's now finally trying to take action to move toward this divine feminine. He's trying to, take on a growth mindset, but this is somebody who's facing setbacks. Him being connected to this spiritual charlatan has blocked his finances. I feel like he's struggling financially. This is somebody who is literally going through a lot of karmic debt because he did not listen to his emotional intelligence. He didn't listen to his instinct. He didn't listen to his spirit guides because he was still wounded. This masculine energy was still wounded, which was why it was so easy for this spiritual charlatan to cast all these illusions on him. Because he was supposed to have been started on his spiritual path. He was supposed to have been started working on these subconscious wounds. This is somebody with a lot of wounds. They don't, they struggle with healthy relationships, which is, I feel like, why this person was not trusting this divine feminine, because she was healthy. This divine feminine was showing up healthy. She was trying to communicate with this masculine energy. She was trying to love on this masculine energy. She basically showed up in his life, and she was a template for everything that he had never seen, but he didn't trust it. He felt like there was a, I feel like the feeling I'm getting is like somebody that's waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like this masculine just kept waiting for the other shoe to drop because he couldn't believe that this divine feminine really truly loved him and didn't have ulterior motives. But this spiritual charlatan who was playing mind games with him, now he believed that was real love because that's what he was used to. This was somebody that was used to people deceiving him, people toying with him emotionally and playing games with him. And so he thought this was love because it was what he recognized. And he didn't understand that this connection he was feeling to the spiritual charlatan was because of his wounds. See, when you have wounding, you attract people that really perpetuate that wounding. They really exacerbate that wounding. And so a lot of times, like, one of the things I learned even in therapy, my counselor used to say to me, she would say, be careful of those butterfly feelings. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, a lot of times people assume those like intense attractions to people means that this person is the one. But she really broke it down. She's like, when you feeling those butterfly feelings and you're feeling that intense attraction, a lot of times it's attached to wounding. And that's what happened here. This masculine met this spiritual charlatan who he went to as a reader. Like I said, I feel very clearly he went to this woman as a reader because he wanted to get insight on this feeling and these connections and this draw that he was feeling toward this divine feminine. But she was like, oh no, that's not your real divine feminine. I'm your real divine feminine. Can't you tell from this connection, from this energy, like the way we're just so connected to each other? It was wounding. She was tapping into his wounding. She saw the wound of broken trust. She saw this envy wound. She saw this cynicism. She saw these attachment wounds. She saw that this masculine, um, he was a bit money hungry. This masculine had, I feel very clearly, his whole life revolved around him making money. How he was going to make money, when he was going to make money, the next way to make money. This is somebody that honestly catered too much to wealth. They wanted to live a certain lifestyle. And this spiritual charlatan, this bogus healer that he went to, she saw all of this when she tapped into his energy. And if he had been on his spiritual journey and actually healing his wounds, this spiritual charlatan wouldn't have been able to get to him because he would have really been actually listening to his instinct. Yeah, this, what a tangled web we wove. This is crazy. Like I said, this is somebody who is finally now that this truth is out, now that this person is exposed as a spiritual charlatan, this is somebody who's finally taking actions because they desperately want to get back to their divine feminine. This masculine energy feels stupid. I mean, he really feels stupid. And I'm not calling him stupid, but he feels stupid because this is his energy that I'm picking up. Because he literally feels stupid because he knew in his gut, everything in him was screaming that this person was lying, but he ignored his gut because of these wounds. This wounding really set him up for the okey doke. So meanwhile, like I said, when this spiritual charlatan tapped into his energy, she saw the divine feminist energy. She got enough from his energy to go and do some research on her own, and that's when she started cloaking herself in this divine feminist energy because she had made up in her mind once she met this masculine energy that she wanted him for herself. That was her plan from the beginning. This witch knew exactly what she was doing. This is somebody who is currently, now that this masculine energy does not want anything to do with her because the truth is exposed, she's stalking him and his divine feminine from burner accounts right now. Like I said, this was somebody who had a whole little smoke and mirror shop going on. Like I said, she was presenting herself as this, oh, I'm so tapped in. I'm connected to the divine. I'm of the most high. I'm one of the chosen. Knowing good and doggone well she was not of one of the chosens. Oh y'all, listen. This kind of stuff is so crazy. Like I said, this is somebody, like I said, this masculine energy is going through legal issues because he's now having to get himself untangled from this crazy marriage that he tied himself to with this spiritual charlatan. Because, like I said, when he thought this woman was the divine feminine, he married her and started a family with her, too. Mm-mm-mm. This is someone, though, who finally has a growth mindset because unfortunately, this spiritual charlatan had to teach him a powerful karmic lesson because this masculine had to learn the lesson of when God tell you to listen, you need to listen. And this person needed to learn this lesson because honestly, they should have known better. And I'm not saying it in a mean way, but he really should have known better because everything in him was screaming to not believe this woman. Everything in him was screaming at him. Everything in him knew this woman was a fraud. But he was, like I said, that wounding was really distorting him. This man could not see clearly. He was getting pieces of it, but I feel very clearly, like I said, the biggest thing that he really should have paid attention to was his gut instinct. Because, like, I feel like whenever, like I said, this is somebody that was casting so many illusions that she was constantly doing spell work on this masculine. But then somehow his spirit team would, like, clear up the fog long enough for him to, have those moments of clarity. And he would, man, wait a minute. Like, it's kind of like I could see him coming out of spell work, like shaking himself, like, wait a minute, what's going on here? This ain't my divine feminine. Who is this woman? Something ain't right about her. And then she would cast more illusions, and then he would be sucked right back in. And she kept doing this until she got this man to marry her. Because her whole plan was she was trying to destiny swap with this divine feminine because she wanted what this divine feminine had. All the while, she was just the Jezebel who was pretending to be of the light when all the time she was really a witch, a dark witch. Yep. This is somebody, like I said, they made an alliance with this dark feminine, with the spiritual charlatan. They bound themselves legally to this woman. I feel like they bound themselves spiritually too. Yeah, this is somebody who, like I said, they're facing blocks in their finance, but they're also facing spiritual obstacles. This is somebody who's currently they're going through a lot of karmic debt because even though they're finally taking action and they're finally changing their mindset, they still have a karmic debt to pay because they basically broke their contract with their divine feminine when they decided that they was going to join themselves spiritually with this spiritual charlatan. This is somebody, and I'm not even getting that it's a bunch of children, but this is somebody who's now facing part of their legal matters. Is this starter wife is taking them through hell. This spiritual charlatan, aka starter wife, her energy is very codependent. This is a very codependent woman, and part of her anger is she's trying to put this masculine on child support. That's the part of this I'm getting. She's trying to overwhelm him with a bunch of legal issues and money issues, and I feel like every chance this masculine can try to move, this woman is putting up a block. So when he tries to move out, it's like, oh, with the kids. I'm going to put you on child support. I know you can't afford that right now. Like, she's literally emotionally blackmailing this masculine energy. is what I'm getting from this with this child support payments. This is somebody who is threatening to take, and I feel like she's already kind of doing that with this court, with the court system. And I'm not just talking about spiritual crime. I mean in the physical, like in the physical, this woman is blocking his finances. She's doing spell work on that, but she's also taking him through the court system. I feel like this is somebody who is trying to wring every ounce of money out of this masculine that she can get. If it's child support, if it's you know, they had property or house or anything, like she's taking him through the ringer with that. This woman's trying to get his savings, his 401k, any money this man has, she is trying to get it through the court system. Over here. Mm-mm. Closeted. Skeletons in the closet secrets. Now, I don't know if this masculine's in the closet, but for somebody in particular, I feel like this is somebody in particular. One y'all masculine is he's by. I feel like that's for somebody. Take it how it resonates though. Something about that. But mostly I'm getting that there's a lot of secrets about this spiritual charlatan that's yet to be revealed. And I feel like it has to do with these children. Oh man, don't tell me this one. I'm feeling very clearly this woman trying to put this man on child support for children that are not his. Mm-mm. Yeah, I feel like there's multiple children in this from this relationship, but they're not actually biologically this masculine energies. Oh my gosh, yeah. She trying to put this man on child support for children that are not his. And that's why this closeted is coming out, because I think in her haste to run to the legal system, to the court system, to try to put this man on child support, she's that vindictive that she didn't think clearly. This is somebody that ran to the legal system to put this man on child support and forgot that they weren't his real children. And when you're going through the court system, all the man has to do is ask for a DNA test, as part of the family court system. And I feel like that's gonna come out when they go through the family court. This masculine's gonna ask for a DNA test, and he's gonna find out that both of these children are not his. I don't know why I'm getting two children. I'm feeling very clearly this is two children. There could already be a child, and she could be pregnant now. This charlatan. And if she's pregnant now, the child that's in her belly is not his. And the DNA test is gonna prove that. And the one that's already here, that's not his either. He gonna need the DNA test both. Both. I feel very clearly both of these children are not his. I don't know why I'm getting the number two children. Yeah. Something real off there. Because like I said, I feel like that's what is yet to be revealed. That's the real reason why this card came out. Is that this masculine it hasn't been disclosed yet, but it will when them DNA tests come back. That's the secret that still has to come out of the closet. Is that she ran to this court. Like I said, she ran to this court system, to the court system, to weaponize it against this masculine energy, and forgot. Oh yeah, I might have should have not done that because I have a little secret of my own. These ain't even his children. This lady crazy. I see why it's giving mental health issues. How the heck do you forget that those children that you claiming are this man are not his? How do you forget that? Yeah, this lady is not too bright. Wow. This is a mess. It's giving Telemundo with her racist behind. Ooh. And she's a racist. I still can't get over the fact that she hates this man's ethnic group, but she wants him. And I don't know if she necessarily really wants him. She just don't want this divine feminine to have him. She don't even really like him like that. Not you, cause that's the part what I'm struggling with is like, how can you want somebody because she doesn't really want him? She probably actually hates him too because she don't like his ethnic group. She don't like anybody in his ethnic group. She has a lot of like bigoted prejudice views about his racial group that are not true. And I feel like it's based off of she had a bad experience. No. No. It's not even just that. She's had a history of dating men from his ethnic group. That's what it is. She's had a history of dating men from his ethnic group. Yes, she has had some bad experiences with men from his ethnic group, but it's not because of the ethnic group. It's just those guys were just bad dudes. I mean, she's bad too. So, like they say, there's good and bad people in every race. So, or ethnic group, because there's only one race, the human race. There's good and bad people in all ethnic groups. So, this feels very much ingrained. Like, this is somebody that has been like this. As a matter of fact, I feel like this is part of her childhood upbringing. I think this racism and bigotry was passed on, which is crazy because she predominantly deals with people from this ethnic group, though subconsciously she don't really like them like that. That's real weird. I've seen this before. I grew up in the South. I'm was born and raised in Florida, and I've seen this where I've seen white men who were outwardly bigoted and racist. Like they were very vocal in their racism, but then I would see them secretly dating black women or women of other ethnic groups because they really actually secretly like those women, but they were raised racist. It's crazy. Like that kind of stuff is just really crazy. But this woman is not, like I said, she has mental health issues. So I'm trying to understand crazy is what I'm trying to make sense of this reading. I'm trying to understand crazy. That just really disturbs me though, to be like, oh, I don't even like people of your ethnic group. But to actually marry this man and have children, and now those children are going to be of that same ethnic group too, or at least partially of that ethnic group. But I feel very clearly, like I said, the man she dealt with was of that same ethnic group as this masculine energy. So these children have the same complexion, but they're not his children. Yeah. Ooh, boy. This masculine energy right now is in isolation, and he's avoiding not only this karmic feminine, this spiritual charlatan, but I feel like he's avoiding a lot of people because I told you, this man feels stupid. He feels stupid. He's in isolation and he's avoiding family and friends right now because he don't even want to answer questions about how he got himself into the situation. Because I feel like once the truth came out, his family and friends had a lot of questions. And they've been trying to like get answers like, just like not trying to be nosy, but I mean anybody that if you have a family or friend and then all of this kind of stuff comes out, you gonna want to talk to them and be like, hey, bro, like, what the heck happened? How did you want to know? But this Matthew doesn't have any good answers because deep down, he don't want to have to tell his family and friends that he knew that he had no business being involved with this woman and that he didn't listen to his instincts. So this is why this man is in isolation and he's avoiding family and friends because he don't want to have to tell them that, yeah, bro, a sister, auntie, a mama. I knew all along I shouldn't have been trusting this woman. And it's crazy too. I think another reason why he's avoiding family and friends is because somebody in his family group, friends or family, somebody tried to warn him about this woman. I feel very clearly it could have been his mama, because you know mamas be knowing. Mamas be knowing. I feel like when she met this woman, this spiritual charlatan, she knew something was off with this woman. And I feel very clearly she tried to talk to this masculine energy. And that's another part of why he feels stupid, because there was so, like I said, along with his own emotional intelligence, he had somebody close to him was trying to tell him about this woman, because they could see what he couldn't see, because she was able to spell cast on this masculine, but she wasn't able to spell cast on his family and friends, which is why she was cloaking herself in this divine feminine, because she was trying to fool everybody else to think that she was a divine feminine. But somebody saw right through her act. And I feel like it was his mom that saw right through her act, that she was not this divine feminine. As a matter of fact, I feel like his mama was telling him, "Why are you like she ain't the she ain't the divine feminine? Why are you trying to marry this woman? You hate I feel like she brought up this divine feminine, the real divine feminine, and was like, whatever happened with you and so. You couldn't have made it work with her, but you gonna make it work with this woman? You gonna marry this woman?" Somebody was telling him. This man is also in his isolation. This man is looking up, researching, cyber stalking, maybe physically stalking his real divine feminine. Because this man really wants to get back to this woman. He wants to get back to his real divine feminine. This is somebody that understands now that this was just a love affair with the karmic. It was never real love. He allowed himself to be duped into thinking and convinced that his divine feminine wasn't really his divine feminine, when everything was telling him that she was his divine feminine. It's why he went seeking out this stupid spiritual charlatan in the first place, because he knew there was some kind of magnetic pull to this divine feminine, because I feel like he couldn't stop thinking about her. He couldn't stop feeling her energetically. Mm-mm-mm. Man, this is crazy. It's making me angry, because I'm just like, oh, why didn't you listen to yourself? Why didn't you listen to yourself, sir? Now this spiritual charlatan is out for revenge. Like I told you, this is somebody that's taking him through legal issues. This is somebody that is calling him all the time. She's stalking him. She has literally turned into an obsessive ex-lover. Like, I feel like this is the kind of woman that's showing up at his job. This is the kind of woman that is constantly calling him from different numbers, blocked numbers, sending him emails, on his social media, sending him random messages from fake accounts. She's literally turned into a bugaboo. Yeah, this woman is not. Like I said, and they keep coming back to this mental health issues. This woman is unhinged. This woman is, listen, the marbles is rolling around in their head, and baby, they ain't got nowhere to go. Ooh, honey, it's like somebody just opened up I'm literally seeing a bag of marbles just rolling around in her head, and that's how scattered brain she is right now. And she is so mad and wanting to retaliate because this masculine energy is no longer under this spell work, and he sees the truth about her. He knows she's a Jezebel. And I feel like there's other evidence that came out to this. I feel like he found evidence about this woman, engaging with these other people who are probably potentially these children's real fathers. Because there's multiple men. I feel like each child has a different daddy. Them two children, each one got a different daddy. It ain't even the same guy. Is the father of both of these children. Yeah. This spiritual charlatan, she's peaked already. This is over. This is She's trying to regain control over this masculine energy. She's trying to put more spell work on her, but it's over. It's peaked already. This cycle is over. This masculine sees her very clearly now. So this spell work and this illusions and this smoke and mirrors and all of these game plans that she's doing, all of this harassing him and stalking him and putting the legal system on him, it's not working because this man sees now. He's like, this whole entire little facade of a relationship has peaked. It's peaked already. It's well past this prime. This masculine, um, he sees that now. Like he can't. Once the truth is known, you can't unknow the truth. That's the thing. Like continuing to do spell work after somebody sees something clearly is just ridiculous. It's delusional. That's that mental health issue again with this karmic Jezebel. Like I said, this is somebody who is using intimidation. They're emotionally blackmailing. Like I said, this is somebody that is browbeating this man. She's trying to emotionally manipulate him. She's crying and begging and doing all. She's doing a lot of crazy stuff right now. She is not well. Like I said, this is somebody that he realized and he had no business marrying this woman. Spell work or no spell work, he should have yeah. And that's what makes this situation peaked already because now that this masculine realized that she used spell work on him to get him to marry her, and I feel very clearly she went and was doing, marry me spells. She was putting stuff in this man's food. Yeah, this woman was putting stuff in this man's food. I also see her taking stuff that he belongs to him, maybe hair from a comb, taking personal items of his and casting over them. Yeah, this woman was doing a lot of spell work over this masculine because she kept needing to try to drown out his intuition. So she kept just amping up the spell work and amping it up, and she kept amping it up. Every chance she got, this woman was casting on this man so much, she lost track of what she was putting on him. This woman literally lost track of her own spell work and what was on this masculine because she was doing so much. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, fishing. Here's the spell work confirmation. Casting hope, wishing for success. She was just trying to really rope this man into this false relationship. That, like I said, with the spell work, this distorted messages, saying all kind of stuff that was confusing this masculine. It was so much spell work. There's so many distorted messages. This masculine couldn't tell which way was up. Like I said, she just wouldn't stop. She just cause she was bound and determined to be this divine feminine. She really thought she was gonna destiny swap this woman. No, honey, that's not how it works. You either your own divine feminine or you're not. This backfired on her disastrously. This Miss Bougie. This masculine is also finding out this woman was burning through his money when they were together. I feel like there was money in accounts that this woman was siphoning off his money and he didn't even realize it was happening. Because this was somebody that was making him work for her affection. And it goes back to those wounds. Like everything in him should have known. Like when this divine feminine was really giving him unconditional love. And so if he had a contrasted the two in his mind like he was supposed to, he would have realized like this divine feminine over here was giving me unconditional love. I didn't have to jump through hoops to get her affection and love. But this Jezebel was making this man jump through hoops. I feel like she was doing those weird little push and pull games, energetically and spiritually with this masculine. Yeah, yeah, she was trauma bonding him. That's what she was doing. She was trauma bonding this man. Wow. Y'all, this is crazy. Whew. This is real crazy. I don't even want to pull no more cards, but I feel like I got to pull some more. Yeah, baby. All the evidence is out. Like I said, this masculine is his third eye is wide open now. It's wide open. He sees the truth. It is exposed. It's out there in like I say, it's in the environment. It's in the 3D. I feel like whoever is watching this, if this is for a masculine that you know about it now too. I feel like you already knew intuitively, because you whoever you are, I feel like you're very tapped in. So I think you already knew this, but now it's being exposed. That this is why he walked away from you, divine feminine, was because of this spell work and this crazy spiritual charlatan that he got himself connected to. Yeah. And I think I'm not gonna speak on this relationship, but I feel like this might be too late. This masculine might have gone too far in the, like I said, he's really behind schedule in his healing. And I feel like this divine feminine has already, like I said, she's already stepped up into her divinity. This is somebody who just recently went through some spiritual upgrades. It's giving high priestess empress energy. Yeah. And this masculine is behind, and not to mention is he behind, but he's bogged down in karmic debt right now. This is somebody, like I said, their finances are blocked, they're going through legal issues, they're behind on their spiritual healing, and they still have this psycho spiritual charlatan chasing after them. Yeah. I'm not even really picking up the divine feminine energy in this spiritual and soul contract. I think this masculine might have chose wrong. I think he ended the spiritual contract when he chose this spiritual charlatan. Yeah, I'm feeling very clearly he chose the spiritual charlatan over his divine feminine, and this is part of the karmic debt. Yeah, this is crazy. Ooh, y'all, I'm gonna pray and get out of this energy because this lady is crazy. All of this is just crazy. Anyways, that is the reading. Be blessed. Y'all be safe out here in these streets.